Hey kids, today I'm going to show you how to make a 3D paper animal. It has a wobbly head and a little tail. You will need some paper, a glue stick, a ruler, crayons if you want to color it certain colors, and definitely a pair of scissors. Come on, let's go. Take your ruler and look for the number 2 on the inches side. You'll know it's inches because they're spread a little bit farther apart than the other side that has tiny numbers. Line up the number 2 on the long end of your paper. And you're going to make a little mark at the 0. The point of this is so that we can draw a 2-inch line going up the long end of our paper. See, there's the 2. And I marked it a couple times. 3 times is really good as an artist to do. I'm turning my paper, see how it's the longer edge. I'm going to line up the ruler with all 3 of those marks. Take my pencil, hold my ruler really tight, and trace to get a straight line that marks off a 2-inch section or a 2-inch strip of our paper. Next, I got my scissors ready and very carefully cut the page to cut that strip out very neatly and clean all the way up the edge of the paper until it fell off. So I have a strip and then a larger piece. Next, I want you to take the strip and fold over the edges so that they meet in the middle. This might take you a little bit and you might have to pause the video, that's okay. Fold it so that they can open out evenly. Pause if you need to. Once you have those 2 pieces, you can overlap them to create this 3-dimensional shape that looks like half of a circle. You're going to put glue from your glue stick on one side of the page. Bing, here's my glue stick. Open it up and it's ready to go. Oh wait, twist it up a little. Okay, so I'm applying the glue and I kind of like to do 3 layers, otherwise the glue tends to dry. So I'm adding glue just to one of those folded over pieces. Next, I'm going to very carefully overlap and pinch together the pieces. This will create the 3-dimensional shape for our body. Ta-da! Oh wait, I messed up. Let me fix it. If you get it right away before the glue dries, you can readjust and move the piece where you need it to go. It's important to make corrections as you work. As an artist, you want to make sure you're doing your best work. There we go, nice and springy. This is going to be the body of the panda I'm making. You can make any animal you want. Next, I'm going to get a pencil and I'm going to use the bigger page that's left over to sketch out the head of my animal. Now, since I'm doing a panda, it's a very simple oval shape. So I'm sketching it out, trying to get it pretty even. And then I'm going to work on the ears next. The ears are a little tricky to make them the same size. Depends what animal you're doing to see what size ears you're making. If you're doing a rabbit, it would have taller ears, obviously. A cat would have pointed ears. It's really your choice. Next, I'm sketching ovals for the coloring on the panda's face. And yep, that looks pretty good. I always go back and fix things as I work. Next, I'm sketching some little eyes, and I think I'm going to do a little nose in the middle, upside down triangle for the nose, a pointing down triangle, and a forward and a backwards letter J for the mouth. Yeah, you can use that style mouth for like so many different types of animals. I did notice that I wanted to fix my eyes a little, so I just went back with my eraser and touched them up. It's okay to fix things. Remember, when you fix things, you're making your artwork look better. I turn it upside down to check that it's symmetrical. Always do that whenever you have a symmetrical drawing. Turn it upside down. It will actually show your brain the shapes in a different way, and you'll be able to see things that you weren't able to see when you had the drawing facing you in the other direction. Next, I got my Sharpie marker. You can use whatever you want to color yours. I said crayons earlier, but then I changed my mind and went with a marker just because I wanted to do black and white. Cut it out. This is in fast motion. And then I got the body and traced it. I lined it up against the edge that was already cut so it would be easier. Just trace that little square with your pencil. And yeah, checking the size, looks good. You get your scissors ready. And you're going to cut out a little square. This is going to be for the front paws of your three-dimensional paper animal bobblehead. Got my square ready. Nice. Take your pencil and you're going to just gently sketch out 2 curved lines. Watch me first. So I do a little curve at the edge. And then I try to make another one that is the same. Now mine weren't exactly the same, but they're pretty close. As long as you don't have like one really skinny one and one large one, you want to try and get them to be pretty symmetrical in your design, because this is going to be the front paws of your animal. Got the scissors ready, a little cutting motion. Notice I turn the paper as I go, not the scissors. It's a great trick that artists use when they are cutting something out, is that they turn the paper. It makes it much easier. I went back and just touched it up on some of the rough edges. Get my scraps out of here. There we go. Now I'm going to sketch some little lines to kind of show where the little paws separate. Looking back and thinking about this, I should have made the paws black, but it's okay. It's your own animal. You can design it however you want. So I'm just going over those. Notice when I use a Sharpie marker, I put another piece of paper underneath because the Sharpie tends to go through, especially when you're coloring something in. Now I'm going to take my glue stick and put some glue on top of that piece. I'm going to grab the bouncy body shape and stick it right on. Press, press, press. There we go. It's starting to come together. Measuring out the head and seeing how that's going to look. Yeah. We're going to be creating a little piece that extends out and makes it so the head can bop up and down like a little bobblehead. So I cut a little rectangular strip of paper, not really a specific size. If you really wanted to measure, that's about 1.5 inches long by 1/2 inch tall or wide. For the second piece, I'm making a little bit smaller, about 1 inch long and about almost 1/2 inch tall. You really can estimate. The second piece is because I want to attach a tail. So for a panda's tail, I drew a circle and filled it in, and then I made the edges kind of bumpy. Different animals have all different style tails. If you were making a little horse, you could make kind of a longer, pointier tail that looks like a paintbrush, or if you were making a different animal like a cat or a dog, it might have a long tail. So next I fan folded those pieces like a fan, back and forth to make them pop out. I glued it on. Check it out, 3D paper animal with a little wobbly tail and a little wobbly head. Looks pretty cute. I kind of love it. So there you have it. That's our art lesson for this week. Bye.